College is expensive, and today I'm going to tell you exactly how expensive it was. I'm going to tell you guys the exact breakdown of how much college costed every single year and how much financial aid I got for that year, and tell you exactly how much I spent yearly, and go into some of the benefits of college and weigh the pros and cons. Hey guys, it's Priya, and I'm here to talk about all things college. Today we're going to get straight into the video. I'm going to break up this video into two sections. So the first section is going to be the price, so the exact breakdown of how much I spent and just some commentary on it, because some of the things are kind of crazy. College is really expensive nowadays. And the second part is going to be whether I think college is worth it or not. There I'm going to go into the price of my college degree and weigh that with the opportunities that were presented to me on campus to see whether that price was justified or not. As a bonus, I'm even going to touch upon workforce statistics for college grads and people who don't graduate from college, just to give you guys a perspective on what your degree is really worth in the real world after you graduate. So let's get straight into the price of college. So this breakdown includes everything ranging from tuition to living on campus to dining hall expenses to textbook expenses. So this is pretty much all encompassing. And of course it doesn't include like everything, like your personal expenses, but it does pretty much include everything for, 3 quarters or 2 semesters at college for a year. I have my laptop down here, so I will be looking at it to tell you guys exact numbers, and it'll be up there too. My first year at the University of Chicago was $68,942. That is the sticker price right when I started, and I got $54,547 in financial aid that year. That financial aid consisted of the University of Chicago grants and a scholarship, both of which I would never have to pay back. So that was money that went straight to my tuition, and I had to pay about $14,000 for that first year in college. Something that's important to note is that college actually gets more and more expensive each year. So my second year at UChicago was $71,600. And my financial aid was the same as last year, so $54,547. So the actual price of the tuition increased by 3.8% compared to the year before. For my third year at UChicago, it was $74,500, and I got $53,000 in aid. So I spent about $21,000 that year. And my senior year of UChicago, $78,555. I got $56,000 in financial aid. So that year costed a bit over $21,500. And going into how the tuition increased year by year, from the first year to the second year, it increased by almost 4%, and the same from the second year to the third year, and the third year to fourth year increased by 5.5%. And if you look at my tuition the first year of UChicago and my tuition the last year of UChicago, it increased by $10,000, and my financial aid increased by $4,000. So there is a discrepancy in how much you're spending your first year and your senior year. So just remember that the price of college isn't constant. Every year it can increase, and it will increase. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. So now that I told you guys exactly how much it costs, a whopping $293,000, I did get a fair amount of aid. So UChicago is a 100% meet needs school. A meet needs school pays 100% of what your family can't afford. They just make up the difference of what you can't pay based on household income, and they just pay the rest of it in grants, which is amazing. It is amazing because I spent on average about, $17,000 every year for college. Breaking it up into quarters, I spent probably about, $5,500 each quarter at UChicago, which is very, very low compared to the sticker price of $27,000 per quarter. So they really did make up the difference. And that's honestly less than how much a state school would have costed me if I was in state for a lot of the schools, which is amazing because now you know that you should apply to every college. Don't not apply to college because you think you can't afford that college, because it's probably going to be a 100% meet needs school, and you probably will be able to afford it after they whip out that tax calculator and give you financial aid. Given the fact that I didn't have to pay full tuition, I think my college experience was 100% worth it. And even if I did have to pay college tuition by taking out loans, I honestly still think it would be worth it. I know $293,000 sounds like a crazy number, and it's really unfair, but financial aid does exist And the degree is really worth it because some schools pay for themselves. Like some colleges really pay for themselves. If you go to a top 10, top 20, top 50 school, the amount of money you're gonna make the moment you graduate, it's gonna be a lot. It's a lot more than how much you would have made if you didn't go to college. So let's get straight into the second part of this video about whether I think college was worth it. You guys know I do think it's worth it. So let's go into why. So the first point I'm going to touch on is the price of the degree. So I got a bachelor's of science in astrophysics, and no, you're not paying $293,000 or whatever you're going to pay for just that degree. You're paying for the opportunities, you're paying for those amazing teachers who are going to be pioneers in their field. Like you're learning from the brightest minds, and you're also going to meet the brightest minds because you're going to meet peers that, 10, 20 years from now, that's the future. Those are the people that are going to be making big decisions. Like you're in the midst of the future. So being on campus with people who are so bright, people who think like you, people who don't think like you so you can learn from them, that is very, very valuable. And obviously, when you put a number to things like this, everything sounds very expensive, but you're not paying just for your degree, you are paying for all of those opportunities. So going into what those opportunities were is my second point. I got internships every single summer. So I was honestly, as a UChicago student, you're almost guaranteed an internship under one of the Metcalf scholarships. This is a scholarship that's unique to the University of Chicago where you're guaranteed $4,000 for the summer. Just for being a student, you just have to apply to those scholarships. So I don't really know someone who hasn't gotten a paid internship and has tried really hard for it. So yeah, I had an internship my first summer at a historic observatory where I lived right next to the world's largest refracting telescope. It was so cool. And I lived in an observatory. I got to write a historical booklet for that observatory that they published. So honestly, it was an experience that's unparalleled to any other work experience I've ever had, which other summers I worked at a physics lab and I worked for the Department of Energy. So I did get paid a good amount for those summers. That's something that's really important to note because some schools might be more valuable than other schools in terms of helping you get internships and jobs after college. So going into jobs, my third point for why I think college is worth it. It's much easier to get a job when you're on campus. When you're on the campus of a good school, people want to take you. Top companies recruit from top schools, almost exclusively from top schools in some cases. And they come to campus for your career fair. They're coming to recruit you guys. Like they come to you. So as long as you prepare and you're well read on what the job is and you satisfy those requirements, there's no reason that you wouldn't get that job because you worked so hard to get to that college and you worked so hard in college that employers are looking for people like you. And unfortunately now, a bachelor's degree is pretty significant in terms of how much you're gonna make, at those ages, like 20, 21, 22, whenever you graduate. So that leads me into the workforce stats for college grads and people who don't graduate college. So you guys can actually see it's a pretty massive difference. So I really do think your degree is worth it, and I think it does pay for itself. Huge caveat before I start though, it really does depend on the school. There are some schools that, I honestly wouldn't pay $293,000 for certain schools if they don't give me the benefits that I got at the University of Chicago. Like I got to see prominent speakers. I got $20,000 in a scholarship to start my own, student organization. I got to see Obama, the Clintons, Bernie Sanders, all speak on campus. And those are opportunities that you really can't put a price on. Like the amount I learned on campus, the kind of people I got to meet and interact with, it's insane. But yeah, so going into workforce stats, I'm gonna be looking at my laptop for this. If you have a degree that is less than a high school diploma, like you never got your high school diploma, the average salary would be $27,000. The average salary for someone with a high school diploma is $10,000 more than that, so $37,000. Someone with a bachelor's degree, it shoots up to $61,000, and 33% of the workforce actually does have a bachelor's degree. So that's a large percentage of the workforce that you're competing against. So being a part of that exclusive 33% 20% of people who have bachelor's degrees is really going to help you get a job, because 35% of all of the job listings out there require a bachelor's degree. I say all of this knowing in mind that not everybody can afford college and not everyone knows enough to apply to financial aid and get those kinds of scholarships. I realized that applying to colleges is honestly a privilege. Knowing enough about colleges to be able to afford to take your SAT test and be able to afford applying to colleges through the Common App, like, it is very expensive. It is a luxury. And if you are at that point, if you're watching this video, you're probably at that point where you can afford that luxury. And yes, I know financial aid exists, but not everyone knows about it. Like, it is a very complicated process. So this is all just keeping in mind that not everyone will have the chance to go to college, which is unfortunate. But yeah, 35% of job listings they require a bachelor's degree. Speaking from someone who went to UChicago, like, I really think that degree is going to pay for itself in the job market, because you would make more than the median. Like, you know, straight out of school, you're gonna make more than the median for someone with a bachelor's degree at age, like, you know, 21 or 22 whenever you graduate. It does pay for itself. Also, financial aid exists. So truly, I think college is worth it. It really gives you the chance to explore the kinds of things you like and build a foundation of, like, knowledge. Because I majored in astrophysics, I realized what I loved about it, what I didn't love, and I found a job that fit. I didn't end up becoming an astrophysicist. I didn't get my PhD, but I found a job that fits my qualifications, something that I like, something that is a lucrative career path at this point. So yes, I think given campus opportunities, the amount of financial aid I got, and the degree I got that led to the job I have now, just everything moving forward into the future, like, I truly think it was worth it. That's it for this video today on how much college costs and whether I think it was worth it or not. Don't forget to smash that like button for that YouTube algorithm, and definitely subscribe to my channel. I am very new to YouTube. I post every Friday at 9 a.m. so you won't miss my content. And if you have any videos you want to see from me, or you have any questions for me, or you just want to say hi, definitely comment down below. I would love to get to know you guys, and I will see you guys at the next video.